we wanted to improve upon from last year. Animation quality, accessibility, how easy it is to sort of pick up and play, but also hard to master. Then we have some cool features that I want to showcase. Like physics machine, and
very cool.
Animation quality.
We get in this intro here at the Staples Center.
ESPN broadcast, musical graphics, Mike Green, Jeff Van Gundy coming back as our announcers, so a ton of new audio from them and lots of new improvements to our speech system.
Very cool. Intro here at the Staples Center.
Lots of camera work here to show off how their videos look.
I know our Cleveland or Ohio residents are going to be happy to see LeBron on that Cavs roster again. All right, so looks like Connor wins the tip-off here. I know our Cleveland or Ohio residents are going to be happy to see LeBron on that. Yeah, Santos was kind of slacking on D there, so why not? Like Connor wins the tip-off. Maybe he was going to let you do something, but you're like, I'm just going to score. All right, as we see, kind of the UI popping up there for pick and roll, can you guys explain how that works in NBA Live?
Yeah, sure. Holding left trigger will call for a screen, and then what you'll see is an icon above the screen this way. That basically explains what state that screen is in.
Kind of the UI popping up there for pick and roll, can you guys explain how that works?
So you can control the actions of the screen and how long you can call for a screen.
Just there, he looked like he did pick and pop.
Yeah. Slip right there.
Pick and pop with Kevin Love's not bad. Yeah, so that was good. Yeah. Deandre Jordan can get to the basket too. Clippers are going to be nasty. Yeah. You guys predicting for the finals next year? Super fun.
I could see the Spurs in the West. If they stay healthy.
Clippers, Cleveland.
Clippers, Cleveland.
Yeah, here we go.
All right. This is it. This is it. Now, this is the regular season atmosphere that we have turned on, but how things change when you're playing in the playoffs or the finals and stuff.
Yeah, from a presentation standpoint, you'll see crowds up on their feet. You've got the home colors. Everybody's wearing jerseys.
Cleveland.
All right. Supporting their home team. Different
now, this
intros
is the regular season atmosphere that we have turned on.
You get different atmosphere type with the spotlights going. Guys going through the gauntlet, high five each other as the name is called.
Can I go into replay and show that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Showcase some of the animation improvements that we've done with Live this year. Shooting was a big thing, from jump shots, dunks, and layups. How we want to make that look a lot better, improve our, the quality of the animation, improve the blending. Here's an example of, LeBron taking it to the basket, and then, finishing on a couple of guys here. Keep in mind, the skill level here is default skill level, so depending on, what you're playing, it's going to be a little bit harder, a little bit easier to get to the basket. But it was a cool play.
Our producer over here is telling us we need to talk a little bit louder, guys. All right. I have no problem being loud, but
keep in mind, the skill level here is default skill level, so depending on,
Speaking of which, as you mentioned, the crowd, they get louder, big plays, a lot of things I've noticed playing the game. It's just how the crowd gets into it, especially during big plays when it's free throw line. I have no problem.
You'll even see the crowd anticipate the action, so if a big three goes up, they'll kind of get on their feet, anticipate it, see if the basket goes in. If it does, you'll see them cheer and get off their feet.
The thing I've noticed is
some cool changes that we haven't really talked about is just with the animation variety within the crowd. We're talking, what is it?
Four times
the animation variety that we had last year. So you see in the crowd, there's not a lot of duplicate. Pretty cool. A lot more organic motions than we've ever had in the past. So we haven't really talked about it. Another feature, I mentioned accessibility, so we've done a lot for that. Just with our basic right stick dribbling, we have the basic flips, where you can pull off moves, hedges, crosses, in all different directions. And now I can hold in any direction and perform signature moves. in San Francisco Garden, but it makes it a lot easier to pull off your moves, attack the basket, pull up, and it's a lot easier. It's been a theme for us as opposed to holding modifiers and things like that. We know a lot of people are going to need a lot this year. We want to make sure that they can get to the front a lot faster than they've ever done in the past.
Yeah, I do find myself using those signature dribbles, especially with guys like Kyrie or John Wall and stuff like that.
It makes you want to explore,
yeah,
with those players a little bit more and see what they can do, because it's just that much easier to push those combos on the thing.
Another thing I want to talk about, like along the same lines of accessibility, is what we brought kind of along the same lines of old NCAA basketball 10, which I worked on, which is a quick way to get some quick off-ball movement, which is a quick action feature. So I can just stand in the half court. It will prompt you as well. As soon as that prompt comes up, I can get some nice movement away from the ball, as you'll see right here. So Kevin Love pops up. Deion Waiters just got to the basket. I always see shot clock violation. So we'll play a little bit more and talk a little bit less.
No, I like that. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of just showing off the features here and showing off the controls. So I think people forgive the fact that you're just 3 shot clock violations in a row. But
we'll make it better.
So in that instance, you kind of did it looked like you did a pick and pop.
Yep, we would pick and pop, kick it back out to Blake, and then went strong to the hole with Blake again, drew some contact, so you can kind of see some of the physics engine working there. I think once we get something cool, Connor can go back in and replay, show you guys in detail.
So you can see LeBron cutting away from the ball. Right here, Waiters cut from the wing down to the corner. I want to showcase sort of the quality animation there.
Okay.
If you look at Waiters over here, and how he attacks the basket, or how he cuts to the basket in his off-ball movement, the fidelity and the quality animation is much higher than it's ever been before. So now they can move with a purpose. I could have thrown up a lob here, or you can spot up 3-point line, catch and shoot. Makes it a lot more easy, a lot more accessible. And what's cool about the off-ball movement is it's not just happening with no sort of rhyme or reason. You're now in control, as opposed to, what we found frustrating is, you want to pass it to a guy on the wing, but he starts cutting to the basket, and, you're kind of out of the play at that point.
Real quick, for those who maybe haven't been paying attention or haven't seen the videos yet, can you guys explain new player indicators and how those work?
Sure. Yeah, we did a lot on the indicators to help you with some feedback with regards to shooting, being able to learn what a good shot is versus a bad shot. So if you look at the indicator under my player's feet, you'll see a couple bars. So one is the fatigue bar, which has been a staple of basketball games in the series, but the bar below it will change and show segments. Depending on where you are on the court, the more segments there are, the higher your shot rating is. So you can see here with CP3, I've got 4 bars. From here, as I back out a little bit, it goes to 3. The color of the bars will change color based on how open you are. So if I'm guarded, it's going to be yellow. If I'm contested, it's red. If I'm wide open, it's going to be green. So it's giving you an indication, again, of really your shot quality. After the release, you'll see in the top left-hand corner, we have some text to tell you what your release timing was. So that'll help you get used to the timing. Each player, has a little bit, slightly different time based on their rating. So, we're giving you that feedback consistently to help you with that, being able to hit a shot consistently. So.
See some highlights here. A lot of guys in the stream asking to see some different camera angles. Do you guys mind changing camera angles maybe each quarter or something, or just at least checking out the different cameras? We can do that. Also, we're going to do a giveaway. Guys, we have NBA Live. Whoop, sorry, that's yours, Connor, now.
Thank you.
We have NBA Live 15 for you, whatever console you want. We're going to start giving those away here in the stream. I'm going to ask you the first question for that, and we're going to give away a couple. First question for the stream: what year was the first live released? What year was the first NBA Live game released? The first or second or third correct answer are going to win a game. The first two. Back here in the game, do you guys want to switch cameras here in a second?
What do you want to see?
Baseline high, maybe.
Yeah, I think a lot of people use that camera.
Baseline high?
Yep, let's go for it. I know one camera that I've been using a lot too is like a couple of the ESPN broadcast cameras.
Right. Yeah, and they change, and those are authentic depending on what venue you're playing in. Cool. I never play this camera.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the default.
Our default camera is a lot closer to the action than it ever has been.
Ooh, look at that. Put back.
You can see the put back from
Go back, check that out.
Yeah, another thing that's people notice is you can hit the right stick into the R3 button and trigger replay at your own will if you want to as well. Yeah, this is nice. Classic Blake.
Yep.
I mentioned before about like the holding in a direction, perform a signature dribble move. You can also perform them on the run this year. So just want to use the space there. So you can attack the basket, hold in a direction, perform a signature dribble move as well.
Nice.
So yeah, we gave you last year some control from the stand, and now we've kind of expanded it to a run as well, which is also important. Given so that we've done so much, not only from a control standpoint, but we've done a lot to our transition game to improve that as well.
It's one thing to make highlight reel plays in a loss. They get forgotten very quickly. But to do it in an entertaining style.
Oh, got a good game going here though.
Major market like LA.
Some improvements to defense too, right, Connor?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a lot easier to drive the basketball than it ever has been, just with your left stick, so you don't need the modifiers as well. We've added in, put in a bunch of animations, what we're calling adjustment steps, which are, tiny little adjustments that help keep the player in position. Previously you tried to make like a subtle move with your left stick to stay in front of you, stay in front of your man, and then all of a sudden you pull way out of position with those animations, and it just sucks. And we've done a lot with the subtle adjustments.
Yeah, you can even see Chris Paul here. I can take little steps here just to anticipate where Kyrie's going to penetrate before I'd be completely out of position.
Right.
And he gets wrong there.
Pushing it off to Lebron for the trade.
Why are you falling on with JJ?
Yeah.
Stay back up.
JJ can dunk.
So Orlando.
Former Orlando Magic. Yeah. What do you guys think the Magic are going to do this year?
I don't know.
That's some exciting young guys, though.
Yeah, you
Looking
got
forward to
got
watching
Gordon.
Peyton play. So.
yeah. So here's Connor trying to break him down. Got another question. Let's show off a little bit of the on-ball movement. Try to play tight defense on each other
Okay.
for a little bit.
Try to attack
People
the
wonder,
basket.
yeah. People are wondering if you guys. I mean, you guys are kind of
So
slacking off.
try to get by me.
So what are some of your tips, Connor, for playing good defense?
It's actually pretty, like the goal is to make it pretty straightforward. I mean, you got to stay, you got to gap if he's good at attacking the basket, and it's really just timing. It's all timing based. So move your left stick, and obviously player ratings are a factor. But if you move your left stick, you're going to be able to get in front of somebody. If it's a guy like LeBron, who's a lot stronger, he's going to be able to body up a lot of times and get more separation than other guys.
Another way you can do it in this game is like a step back jumper. You guys want to Try to pull off one of those.
Sure, that's going to be using your Y button on Xbox One, PS4, this would be Triangle. So direction, you're going to be pulling back while tapping W or Y to do a step back. So right there.
Nice.
And then beyond that, we have our gather control from last year. So you can attack the basket, hop, step, go hop with the Y or triangle button, and then you can double tap for the Euro. You can also use the Y button and the left stick to perform like a spin gather. So those speeds of that speed of control is still around. And then just from an animation standpoint, they look a lot better than last year. And then going back to sort of the shooting stuff that we talked about, we've literally captured, I mean, around 600-700, somewhere in between 600 and 700 different dunks and layups as well. And then if you include jump shots on top of that, you're looking at, over 1,000 animations for shooting alone, which is pretty cool.
That's impressive. All right, first winner for the contest is Prime76. Congratulations.
What's up, Ryan?
You were the first winner of a free copy of NBA Live 15. We're going to be doing plenty more. Actually, let me go ahead and get to the next question. Who was the first cover athlete for NBA Live? Who was the first cover athlete?
Guy by himself? Or
Yeah, we're going to go with guy by himself.
Okay.
Guy by himself.
It's a fair question.
You guys know all this. You were rattling them all off Santos earlier, and I know our true fans are probably going to be the same way, but we'll see. We'll see how they do. And by the way, you can send us a tweet or Facebook message if you got any questions for us during the stream. If you're not following us on Twitter, I don't know what you're doing, but it's at EA Sports NBA. Hit us up there. We're going to have more videos dropping after the stream from our community guys. They came down to capture some stuff, and we're going to showcase some of those. We've also got some tips and tricks coming out, so you guys will be set to play the game on the 28th. So talk us through this halftime show here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had some updates to our halftime presentation here. So as you can see, we have a series of stories that we run through, recapping, highlights from the first half, who was cold, who was hot, top plays, things like that. This also provides feedback for how you're playing the game. So, if your guy's slumping, we'll call that out here. Jalen Rose is back again to be the voice of, our halftime presentation, as well as post-game, and as well as, some of the setup and pregame. But, we've got the full ESPN crew back to really help drive the presentation.
This is nice. I like that it has kind of a Sports Center layout too, so
Yeah.
you can actually cycle up and down if you want to watch
you can
those again.
scroll with your left stick, so you can go to your favorite section, check that out again, and watch.
My favorite section is always about me and my team. I just want to know. I want to see all my highlights.
Yeah.
And I'll just skip over the other guys, whatever.
Want to get back into it?
Let's do it. All right. Now we're going to play for real.
This is for real?
Yeah, for real. We're not gonna
What were you doing
show-
before?
I was trying to highlight some stuff. Getting shot clock.
All right, well let's switch
Change the
cameras
camera.
again. What's another one we can show off? I think everybody kind of wants
We
to
could
see.
probably go ESPN if you want.
Sure.
There's like an ESPN high camera that I actually like, but you guys get to choose.
Bear with me. Here we go. ESPN.
So yeah, like Connor mentioned,
Oh, nice.
this one will be unique per venue. So the cameras are placed in the physical space that ESPN uses when they go to that arena. So you get a little bit of a different feel each time.
How do you get that information? They just kind of send you like a map. These are where we put our cameras.
Yeah, our guys, we work really closely with the ESPN broadcast teams, our creative directors, producers, and then by getting a lot of that information, we're able to recreate what they do in real life.
I'm asking him questions. Connor's playing for real. So.
Yeah, that was
But he's also down by 7.
Oh, rip.
Nice. You can still do adjustments in the air as well if you want to. If you're trying to. I'm sorry, I'm distracting you guys.
Yeah, so if you hit shot, and then you can adjust your shot midair, tap the shot button again. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give you, you know,
Down.
tips there. Jordan with a nice dunk. We can get to some questions here too if anybody wants to send us some. My man Coleman over here will let me know. LeBron looks good.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Santos, why don't you talk about a little bit about our lighting and what we've done from a visual perspective?
For sure. Yeah, I think this is a great moment to show off some of the visuals. As you'll see when we cut back to LeBron here, we completely redid our lighting system from last year. So, you'll see a lot more detail. We scanned about probably 70% of the league now. Scanned a bunch of teams in the preseason too, and we're updating that live throughout the season. But you can see really the likeness, just the jump in visuals. We scan jerseys, we scan sneakers. You see the detail in the kicks.
Yeah.
Shoes are insane.
It's insane. We redid a lot of the hair tech to get better looking, hair geometry. So you'll see the different hairstyles on some of the guys that it just looks, a million times better than it did last year.
Oh, nice putback.
Oh,
quick action.
Yeah.
People asking about quick action here.
Yeah, so
What do you think?
So how quick action works is, so anytime I'm just standing around, want some off-ball movement, just tap the LB button. You're going to see guys like, as you see, LeBron taking the screen so you can reverse the ball. And it's really just a way for you to initiate off-ball movement. And not only that, like smart off-ball movement depending on where players are on the court. So if Santos just stands around, taps LB, you get a seal up, so you see Blake go
Set a
up.
screen. Yeah.
JJ goes back, cuts to the corner. Santos can reverse the ball to him if he wants to, or tap the button again to get more motion away from the ball. As you can see, Chris Paul cutting down the corner. But then the goal is obviously once the shot clock gets down, take the shot.
I mean, he's still leading by 9.
That's true. That's true.
I can give him a few of those.
See that defense and all that. Yeah.
Bump
And a pass kick. Yeah, you guys want to show them any post-play moves that you guys can pull off? You guys have been doing a lot with the point guards, and rightly so, considering teams you're playing with. But
yeah, I feel like if we can, I mean, Santos probably want to use
Blake or Jonah in the post. Yep.
see if you make these free throws first.
Let's do that.
Get a little closer.
Alright, so I'll get it down to Blake in the block here. And then to initiate post moves, you right click on the right stick, so R3 click, so it'll go with the back down. You can move your guy down. With the right trigger, you can bump your man, so give him a little bump like that, get around him, and then finish. So there's a bunch of different moves out of there. There's drop steps with using wide button, pointing directly to the basket, spin moves, on the left stick, fade away, right trigger to bump and create some space. So pretty deep post system.
Love. We got a 7-point ball game. Climbing back into it. Our second winner of a copy of NBA Live 15, Smooth Sniper 11. You have won a copy. Fourth quarter, they want you to play for real because we've been changing stuff here. You guys want to change cameras again?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to. We're going to give away another copy of Live here. And this is a good one. This is about our cover athlete. What hobby does Damian Lillard enjoy on Fridays? What is his favorite hobby on Fridays? That is our cover athlete, Damian Lillard. Give away a couple copies for that one. Still a 7-point game. We got to get a stop here.
No, didn't.
Oof. Just playing well. Nice.
Nice finish.
That was a good finish. Can we see one of those action replays after the next basket?
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to see here in the stream?
You know what we should show them? See if this is in the plate.
All right. 3 seconds. Nice bucket. All right, 7-point ball game going into the fourth. I like it. Like your chances if you're not, getting shot clock violations. But
It's been an impressive performance as we begin the fourth, but they still have some work to do to get this home win.
They do, but if they continue to grind the
oh, nice steal.
they'll be fine. They played very good basketball up until this point. Expect them to
Nice layup.
Blake with the finish. Yeah. Oh, here we go. You just hit that.
Nice adjust.
Yep. Just hit the right stick in. You can watch your highlights. Got to remind everybody to make sure to follow us on Twitter at EA Sports NBA. We're going to be giving away copies of the game. We're going to be showing you guys how to play. Get yourself prepared for the 28th. Oh, my goodness. Oh, nice play, though. And the oop. And the alley-oop.
Almost lobster.
Yeah.
Give us some alley-oop tips.
Really, so alley-oop this year has been changed. The controls have been changed. Worked on the system. Make sure guys are getting the ball a lot better than they ever have been in the past. And then it's just tap on the B button, and you'll throw it up to a guy. And you just got to make sure a guy's covering the basket. And you should have a good chance to get the finish. But we've also worked a lot on our alley-oop defense as well. So guys are a lot more aware. And making sure it's an exploit, obviously.
See right there, he wasn't quite in the right position, so he just got the ball. When it works, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's a nice finish. You're in this, Connor.
Woohoo.
Oh, the tray.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
man. Steal, though. Kind of trying to cherry pick. Gotta shoot that.
Can't hit in. I can't finish anything. I guess my team's in.
I don't know if that can be your excuse. Oh, no.
AJ.
Redick wide open. How many difficulty levels?
Four difficulties.
Which do you guys usually like to play on, though?
I like to play All-Star or Superstar for the purpose of the stream. Yeah.
All right. A little harder to hit all
Yeah.
pockets when you're...
Yeah, exactly. A little bit more, realistic, I guess, shot percentages if you're a skilled gamer.
attack the rim, put constant pressure on the defense. Because when you shoot a lot of free throws, yeah, it helps your...
All right, let's do another trivia question. Who's on the cover of NBA Live 09?
The transition factor.
Santos, do you know the answer to this?
Question.
Hey, For a copy of NBA Live 15, who knows the answer to that? Who was on the cover of NBA Live 09? As Connor is running out of time here. 12-point deficit. Trying to hit a couple of Trey. Ugh. Don't know. I hear people whispering behind me like they don't know the answer, but I even know the answer to this. Oh, that's a nice finish.
Oh, man.
Why not? Why not?
Why not, man?
And the foul. Ugh. You're going to have to redeem yourself.
I know, maybe. Play again.
Play again.
I don't mind. You want me to stop asking you questions?
No.
It's actually really hard. I have respect for the professional streamers out there because it is difficult to play games and talk and answer questions at the same time. My wife tells me I'm not good at multitasking. So. Oh. That's a nice desperation. Why not? What do you guys think? You want to see another game?
Let's take a look at this tape. I want to know if the guy had any actual contact, showcased any ragdoll physics.
Yeah, you can see that where
Yeah, so it looks like
Dion Waiter's arm pushes Blake's arm away.
That looks
So,
really good.
so what you have here is basically a big, old, hot mess of guys around the basket. Look at J.J. Redick's arm contacting Dion Waiters. It's actually getting moved out of the way. It's not a canned animation. It's all ragdoll physics enabled, which is pretty cool. And what's cool about it is it's a lot more emergent and different every time you attack the basket. So you can see over here, JJ's arm is back over. Probably should have been foul when you look at it.
Clobbered.
And then ragdoll. You see even here, like Blake Griffin's arm under JJ. So there's a lot more contact, a lot more realistic physicality than ever before. So I want to showcase that and keep an eye on.
What would it have done in the past?
I just clip right through, or the other thing that you'll see a lot in basketball games is a lot of canned stuff, like so you get sucked into two-man stuff, which happens quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it just makes that moment feel organic, right? Because you really don't know, what the outcome's going to be based on, who comes to help or what physical contact you draw. So, you won't just get the exact same animation over and over and over.
Sure.
Yeah, and we've also enabled like ragdoll versus foul, so it's not just like scripted and dice roll, but a lot of times if you get hit in the face, we're going to call that foul, which is
right.
Cool. A lot more realistic than before.
All right, our next winner is Jason23. He is the next winner. And, heck, we might give away some more games if we're going to play another game. We'll see. We'll have to see what people want to see. Oh, nice shot. I think this one's pretty much over, though.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Thanks again for watching, everybody. Again, NBA Live 15 will be in stores on October 28th. All right, we're going to play another game. It's been decided. The powers that be have decided we're going to play another game. Let's ask the chat stream. Let's ask what they want to see, which teams they want to see in our next game as we check out this post-game wrap-up. Maybe this might be a topic of our next giveaway question. You never know.